one of the major keys why you don't manifest and attract into your life exactly what you want is because of the words you speak to yourself. So in today's video, I'm going to share how our internal dialogue, conversation, and words we had with ourselves actually prevent us or push us forward to achieving our goal. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to be here again for a new episode. I'm going to share on this channel lots of things that I learned during the years about personal development, about how to become a better person, and I will also share here bits and pieces from my life and all the beautiful things that surround us. If you're new to my channel, I want to wish you a very warm welcome. I hope you're going to find interesting things that you can apply immediately into your life, and if you have similar experiences, please share them below in the comments. So when you first start to learn about the law of attraction, you suddenly realize that emotions you have, thoughts, actions, words you say to yourself or to others actually influence the result that you want to achieve. So basically, to give you an example, if you think negative thoughts and you feel negative feelings, you act in a certain way, in a negative way, so you attract a negative result, not exactly what you want. But when you start to feel good emotions, to think positive thoughts, you start to act in a more positive way and you say good things to yourself and to the others, you attract the results that you want. One of the biggest realizations I had 8 years ago when I started to work with the law of attraction and with manifesting things into my life was realizing how my thoughts, how my words were far away, not in alignment with what I actually wanted to attract into my life. So to give you an example, I wanted to be surrounded by amazing friends. For me, relationships somehow with people, with friends, were always a struggle up until a point. And why? Because I realized that all my life I was saying the same dialogue, negative dialogue to myself. It's hard to have good friends. You don't have friends. You don't have that best friend that you want in your life. Or you don't deserve good friends. Or you have to be super special to have good friends, amazing friends. And when I actually started to have friends into my life, I was doing the other thing. I started to look for negative things into their life and to point them out all the time to myself and to others. Oh, that person is always late. Oh, that person is not loyal. Oh, that person is lying to me. Oh, that person is talking behind my back. So you can imagine the response that I was getting from my friends and from the people and from how I tried to build my relationships. I was lied, I was talked behind my back, and it was somehow in a negative circle, continuous circle, and I'm sure that I created this somehow into my life because I was thinking and saying these things constantly to myself. Because the moment I started to realize this and I started to look around me at all the people that was surrounding me, I realized that the moment I started to change the story in my head, in my life, to say that I am surrounded by amazing people, that I have good friends into my life, that I can count on, that we share each other's lives, that we support, that we are honest, the exact moment, and I'm not joking about this, like after a couple of months, a lot of things started to happen. So for example, a lot of the friends I had somehow in the past, they slowly got out of my life in a way or in another. We lost touch, the relationship was getting cold, nobody wanted to invest, so we just let it slip away. On the other hand, there were people, and there are who still are in my life, but they started to change their attitude, and somehow we all together we started to create better relationships. So we still have the friendships up until this point. So if you feel that your life is not how it is supposed to be, or you feel a negative think about your life, I highly suggest you to start checking the dialogue you have with yourself. And to make it more simple for you, I think it's even easier when you just put it on paper. Like, take all the major areas in your life: health, relationships, love, career, money, and start writing all the thoughts that come into your mind when you think about these specific areas. And I'm telling you, when you do this simple exercise, you will be shocked. Because, for example, when I was in one of the lowest points in my life, uh, and funny thing is, around the time I started to learn about the law of attraction, I was constantly thinking and saying negative things. And I'm still grateful for my Facebook updates from 10 years ago, because I can see how much I evolved as a person. So, for example, when I was in high school, when I was 16, 17 years old, I would always start my morning, and I remember this specifically, constantly saying for the first 3 to 4 hours of the morning that I'm tired, that I'm feeling exhausted, that I don't feel super strong, that my body is not healthy. I was constantly saying, I'm getting sick so easy. I am getting sick so easy. And guess what? Every winter I would have like 3 to 4 super hard colds and flus, and I would have to stay in the house for a whole week and skip school, and I was in bed the whole day. This is just an example. When it comes to money, this was a realization I had pretty recently, I would say. This is one of the areas in my life personally that I had to work a lot towards it. I realized lately that I was saying, even after 8 years of personal development, I was saying that money are not so important, or that other things are more important than money. And it's something that I still work on, and I'm being open about it and vulnerable. But I realized that this is one of the main reasons why I was keeping little in many aspects of my life. Because the moment I realized, and this is how fast things works, the moment I realized this story that I was telling about money, that they are not important or not as important as other things, I'm telling you, in like a month, I started to double my income, from the previous months. Orders started to come in from clients. My team was all of the sudden exploding. I started to create new opportunities of making money all in the span of 1 month. So can you imagine, if you start to heal completely those bullshit stories that you tell to yourself, what would happen? When you want something, like for example in my case, like I always wanted to be financially independent, to be abundant, to have a lot of money, to have freedom to do everything. But on the other hand, I have this belief that money is not important, or another one that I had, that money is hard to make. It's kind of like an imbalance that is creating, and it creates tension, it creates resistance in yourself, and you will never be able to manifest that dream that you want, while your mind and subconscious mind still thinks that it's hard, or that it's not important. It's not important, but I want more money. Doesn't make any sense, right? It is the same with every aspect of your life. And another example is that just yesterday I was talking with a friend of mine, and she was telling me about her love life, about her relationships. She was telling me, and I believe this with all my heart, that she wants truly to have a person next to her that she can build something beautiful, a person that she has connection with emotionally, physically, a good connection mentally. But on the other hand, she is telling me that I don't believe that I can make it happen. I've tried it for too long. I had too many disappointments, and for me, it's easier to earn the lottery than have this relationship. I want love, but I think it's hard or it's impossible. I want this, but I think it's impossible. See what I mean? It simply doesn't work like this. So you have to put these things together, the dream that you have and your mindset, into alignment in order to be able to achieve everything that you want. And how do you do this? First of all, by identifying your limiting beliefs, exactly the stories that you tell to yourself, and then changing them into positive ones and using affirmations. So what are affirmations? Affirmations are what you say to yourself, what you state to yourself, what you affirm about your life and every area that you want to improve. So for example, one simple exercise that you can do is, after you identify these beliefs about yourself, these conversations, these negative things you say about your life in every area, take one area, for example, that you want to improve and start creating a new story, start creating new affirmations, new positive things to say to yourself. So for example, in my case, when I was younger and health was the first thing that I started to really improve into my life, I went from saying all the time that I'm tired, that I hate to wake up early, that I don't have physical resistance, that I'm too skinny, that I am not strong enough, that I don't have immune system, and I went to transform all these beliefs into positive ones. I was starting my mornings with, I am excited to start this new day. I am excited to meet with my friends at school. I am excited to learn new things. I am excited to do stuff. I am excited to have energy. Okay, I can do something to improve my energy, so let's see what. I'm strong. I am super full of energy. I'm not tired. I slept enough. Let's see. When you repeat these things enough for a long time, something interesting starts to happen. Your subconscious mind is starting to reprogram, and you actually start to act like this person and stop acting like the person you were in the past. And pretty amazing, after just a few days and then weeks, I started to feel the improvements. Instead of sleeping for the first 3 to 4 hours on my desk when I was in school, the first hours were super exhausting for me before, I started to have more energy. I started to concentrate better at the lessons. I was proactive. I was looking for things to do. I started reading more personal development. This is something that helped me a lot because I was focusing my mind in the morning, the first 20-30 minutes when I was waking up, to brainwash myself with positive information instead of scrolling on Facebook or High Five or what was available back then. So this is very important. Create a new story. You can also choose, as I said, personal development like reading or watching a video. I personally recommend reading because I think is engaging you more in the beginning. Like you read, you're visual, you're concentrated, you're focused there 100%. So there are many things that you can do to improve. And one by one, you just take each area of your life and start improving it the way you want it to be. I want you to be kind to yourself in the process and to have patience with you, because you didn't learn to be the way you are now with, let's say, your negative thoughts or your negative conversations in just one day. You didn't learn these things in a week. You didn't learn these things in a month, nor even in a year. You learned them throughout many years. There were many years of daily listening to negative self-talk, negative conversations from others that influenced you. You created daily and repeated daily some things that you started to believe and you focused on 100%, so you have to give yourself the same amount of time and patience to reprogram yourself and to start creating a new and better life. I even tell this to the people I work with in my coaching business, especially in the weight loss part. You cannot lose the weight in one day or in a month, weight that you accumulated in years of eating bad. And you cannot expect yourself to change yourself in just 1 week by repeating daily these things. But the good thing is that you will get to see little small improvements with every week that comes. And if in the beginning it seems hard to do it and it seems unnatural to start saying about yourself that you're a positive person when all of your life you were a negative person, it's normal, but just keep going on day by day, small action steps. As I said in one of my previous videos, it takes at least 6 weeks for the mind to start reprogramming, and so this is the result that you should expect after a couple of weeks of doing this practice. So I hope this video has helped you. I hope it helped you have realizations. I hope that you will do these exercises and share it with us, how you felt, what conclusions and ahas you had after this video. And I'm super excited to see you again for a new episode. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, support my work here, and let's connect also on Instagram or TikTok. I will leave my usernames below. Keep on loving, keep on watching. Love you. Bye.